You know, it's funny that we're doing this movie today.
Why is that?
The other day, I mean, you know me, I'm not a big fan of policemen. You know how I act whenever I have to interact with them a lot of the time. But the other day I was driving my daughter to school, Miranda, and a cop came screaming by, so I pulled over to the side, you know. And from the back I heard her go, and I was like, what's wrong? She's like, I'm scared. I was like, why? She's like, because the policemen are out there. And then I had to kick myself in the butt. Because I'm always saying in front of her how policemen are evil and stupid and corrupt and, you know, all that shit.
Wow.
So I had to sit there and go against everything I believe in and tell her that the policeman is your friend. And don't be scared of the policeman. Because, okay, as a little kid, if something happens to her,
yeah, you want her
I don't want her to be afraid to do what she has to do. I mean, she's a little kid. When she gets older, she has time to learn that cops are assholes.
Yeah, yes.
But
hey, maybe we should show her the movie we're about to review.
Yeah, I was going to say, that being said, maybe her going to the cops is not such a good idea.
Yeah.
You know? So, anyways. Well, you ready to get on with this review?
Fuck yeah, let's get it done.
What's going on, guys? BroncoJuggalo here.
And Bill.
And today we are reviewing Maniac Cop.
Yep.
Directed by William Lustig, starring Tom Atkins as Lieutenant Frank McRae and Bruce Campbell as Officer Jack Forrest.
Yeah, Mr. Bruce Campbell himself. If only chins could kill.
Yep, hail to the king, baby. Hail to the king. This film came out in 1988, and it's based in 1988.
The good old 80s.
Yep. In 1988, in the streets of New York City, innocents are being killed by a uniformed police officer. Lieutenant Frank McRae, Tom Atkins, Mr. Old Mustache himself.
Yeah.
He is trying to solve this case. And his prime suspect is Officer Jack Forrest, played by
Bruce Campbell.
So, not a whole lot of interesting facts about this movie that I can find. So,
no, not really.
And this is actually only my second time ever watching the movie. The first time was long ago. So, might as well start with the cons. What do you got today?
Okay. The biggest con in this film, and I know he shares it with me, the kills are really blah. The kills are really blah. The makeup and special effects stuff is done by John Nolan. He ain't no Tom Savini.
And there was a lot of cutaways.
Yes.
So, my first big con is the convenient plot points and just convenient scenarios that get set up. Spoilers, guys, okay? Spoilers.
Always.
At the end of the movie, Jack Forrest is fighting the cop by the name of Cordell that is killing everybody, and Cordell is driving a truck. And
like a delivery truck.
Yeah, it's like a big delivery truck of some sort. And they're on the waterfront, and Bruce Campbell's character is trying to, hit him, punch him, things like that, and get him out of the truck. Well, as they're driving, there is this big, and to me it just looks like a beam. In the behind-the-scenes interviews, it says it's a harpoon. It doesn't look like a harpoon to me.
No.
There's just this big beam hanging vertically for no reason. And they drive right into it, and it hits Cordell right in the chest. And it was just like very convenient. It's like, okay, well, that just happened. And those convenient plot points, and that happens a few times in the movie, where things just conveniently happen to make, oh, okay, that's the easy route. So.
Oh, come on. It wasn't that bad.
No, actually, I really enjoyed the film. The film was good. I really enjoyed it. I don't really have a lot of pros and cons, but I did enjoy the film.
I like it. I love Bruce Campbell.
Right.
I love Bruce Campbell.
This is definitely going to be a shorter review than most of ours.
Well, that's all right.
I mean, I will say this for the movie. It was popular enough to spawn 2 sequels.
Yeah.
You only see her once in the film. In the movie, well, it don't matter. I don't know. in the movie, Frank, Lieutenant McRae, goes to a girl he knows that happens to be a reporter. And, man, she's one of the prettiest girls I've ever seen in, like, these old 80s movies. Very pretty. I just thought she was really beautiful. But, yeah, that's... honestly, don't have a lot of extra stuff besides our thoughts on the film.
Yeah.
So, I looked up this movie. There wasn't a lot of information about it. There was a few things on the documentaries behind the scenes, but nothing really worth noting. So... what's your next con?
Not every film can have a lot of interesting tidbits. All right, my next con. Tom Atkins getting beat up by a cripple.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was funny.
It was funny, but it's like, you're a fucking able-bodied guy, and this woman is beating the shit out of you with a cane.
Yep. That was pretty funny.
Oh, yeah, that was fucking hilarious. All right, what's next?
Well, you already addressed the kills and the cutaways. You know, a lot of the cutaway kills, there wasn't a lot of great effects on it.
Yeah.
But it was a good action movie. This is kind of considered a horror action film. And that part of it was very enjoyable. But like you said, I do agree, some of the kills were very blah.
Yeah.
But since you already went over that, since you already mentioned that, I'm just going to go with my next one. And it's actually my last one. And it is that there are... Okay, this movie starts out with a whodunit. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
We see the cop in the very beginning putting on the uniform and it says the name Ted Cordell. Of course, that doesn't mean anything in the movie. It just, for all we know, that's a fake name. You don't know.
Yeah.
And the main suspect is Bruce Willis. The main suspect
you
is
almost
Bruce.
went there, didn't you?
Yeah, no. You know me and names. Even the people I love, I can't remember their names. As soon as that camera starts rolling, man, I swear. Anyways, the main suspect is Bruce Campbell. He's a big guy. He's got the strength to do some of the things that happened. He is, got motive because of things that are going on in his life.
Yep.
And until they find out his alibi, he didn't have an alibi. And not to mention the fact that his wife is one of the victims.
Yeah.
And they were about to get a divorce anyways.
Yeah, she comes sleeping with another cop.
It starts out with this whole big whodunit. And it's really interesting. And it really is working for me. And then all of a sudden they just announce who it is with no build up to it, no lead up. You just totally get cut off. They just announce that, okay, this Cordell guy did it. He killed him, and
well, no.
He came back. They thought he was dead, and he's not. But it was just really very abrupt. It was very abrupt. It didn't fulfill the.
I really didn't feel that it was abrupt because Tom Atkins did do some, research.
Yeah, but he did
to find out who it could be.
Right, he did some research, and in the movie it keeps going on at that point. But what I'm saying is the filmmakers all of a sudden just showed us who it was. And it was like, okay, well, that kind of took the steam out of the engine for me. But
nitpicky.
Yeah, whatever. But that is my last con.
All right. I have another con, though, and that is also Tom Atkins again, and his tailing of the cripple. Geez, could he be any more obvious that he's following her?
Well, that is the director's problem, not the... So, yeah, the directing, maybe. The actor just does what they're told.
Yeah, but still, that was like... What the fuck? He's like not even 2 car lengths away from her the entire time.
Yep.
Okay, I know, that's probably a little nitpicky too, but still, just like, what the hell? And plus, with the cars back in the 80s, it's like, they're big boats.
Right.
One big boat following another. Alright. So I guess we're going to get into our pros.
Yeah, let's go do it.
Okay.
My first pro is that I really like the look of the film. I like that it gives us that raw, gritty New York City 80s feel. Very dirty, trashy. You expect to see hookers on every corner. You expect to see, X-rated theaters everywhere. That very trashy side of New York that the early 80s had. And even up to the late 80s. It's not the touristy New York, you know what I mean? And I really enjoyed that aspect of it. A lot of people, and New Yorkers, and the New York, what do they call tourist commission or whatever, they've done everything they can to steer people in films away from that look.
Yeah.
So to go back to the 80s and see a movie that really showed it, I like that. That was really cool.
Okay, I'll admit that. Yeah, it is really nice, and there's even lots of construction going around too.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, back in the 80s, there was a lot of construction.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, there's always construction, but yeah, I know
But
what you mean.
there's a lot more.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Okay, my first pro is Mr. Bruce Campbell. I love Bruce Campbell. I mean, he is one of my favorite actors. He's actually my second favorite actor.
Who's your first?
Oh, my first is,
Hayden Christensen?
who the fuck is that?
Anakin Skywalker.
Oh, that's Maniac Skywalker's real name? I am Maniac Skywalker. I am ruining franchise.
Actually, I think he did a good job.
No.
Part 2, I don't think that was his fault. That was kind of George Lucas.
No.
Yeah. And you know what? There's actually a video you should watch on YouTube. It's why he was the perfect choice to play that character.
No.
I think the guy was amazing. I like him. I thought he had great with his eyes. He made rage like nobody else.
I did not care
really
for
good.
whiny bitch Anakin.
Anakin was a whiny bitch. That's the whole point, though.
I did not care for
In the story, Anakin's a whiner. Even like a lot of people say that in the original, Luke was a whiner.
Okay, you asked me who my favorite actor is.
Who's your favorite actor?
Jack Nicholson.
That's my favorite actor, you thief. Copycat.
So? I didn't know that was your favorite.
Well, maybe if you would have watched my FYI tag, you would know that.
Well, I didn't watch that. So, yeah.
You know Jack's my favorite. I've been telling you that since like grade school.
And how long have I been telling you that? Because he knows how to play every type of role.
Oh, when you start to talk, I tune you out anyway, so.
Yeah, I guess. But, yeah, Bruce Campbell, I
Just
love
like
the guy. Okay, I love Bruce Campbell. Like I said, he's my second favorite actor. Like I said, if chins could kill, he's great. I love the man.
Every time I see Bruce, I just kind of thrust my chin forward a little bit and try to puff it out and be like, nope, still not big enough.
Still not pointy.
Yeah.
He's got that
cleft, the little...
Oh, yes.
Dude has a masterful chin, gotta say.
Yes.
My next pro is also Bruce Campbell and Tom Atkins. I am not a fan of Halloween 3. This has been very well documented on this channel.
8 more days till Halloween.
Shut up. Tom Atkins. I'm not a fan of what he does in that movie. I like him in this one. I thought his acting was very well. His acting was superb. I really enjoyed him in this film. I really liked his iron gray hair.
Oh,
I like that, and it's all like kind of up and slicked back, almost like, he looks like a cop from the 80s.
You're right. He does have that good cop look.
And he's got the gray mustache now.
Yeah.
A little bit thicker in the body than he was in Halloween 3 because he's older,
Yeah.
So, he just had that look to him, and I really like that. It kind of makes me think of what I think Harvey Bullock would be, older. Or Sam from Spawn, older. If those of you that don't know who Sam from Spawn is, read a fucking comic book, you assholes.
Yeah, or watch the HBO series.
Yeah, don't watch the fucking movie.
Yeah,
good news on that. Todd McFarlane is doing a new movie. He's directing it.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. And even if it's the worst fucking film on earth, it can't be worse than the first one.
No, it can't. It really can't.
What you got on your next pro, brother?
All right. My next pro is the story itself is actually not bad. It's not badly done.
I mean, it's definitely no, Phantom of the Opera.
No, but
it's engaging enough to where it's interesting and it keeps your attention.
Yeah, and it keeps feeding you little bits of information throughout the film, like why this cop becomes kind of a maniac and everything, and that it's not horribly done.
That's something I really like too. I like the prison scenes.
Yes.
Though people might think this is weird, but he fights off like 5 dudes naked. I mean, he's in the shower and they're trying to kill him with knives and stuff.
Shanks.
And he fights them, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a cool fight sequence. And, I liked that backstory element. I liked how they did that. It was really cool. There are, like I said, some very convenient plot points and some plot devices that I don't enjoy.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
that's because it just kind of like robbed you of it. And then also at the end, okay, this is a horror movie. What is the golden rule of horror? The killer always comes back.
No, he does in the sequel.
Yeah. But what I mean is, at the end of the film, we all knew it was going to happen. His hand reaches up out of the water, and grabs
Hey, he still came back.
It's like, okay, how's this guy even alive? But, whatever. That's horror movies for you.
Well.
And that's why we love them, because sometimes
Movie magic.
When they're bad and cheesy, they're good.
They're still good.
Speaking of which, I'm showing him Terrifier for the first time tonight.
Yes, and are we going to review that one next week?
Oh, it's possible. We may do that one next week.
Oh, okay. A pro for me in this film is our Maniac Cop, our killer. He kind of seems to toy around and play with his victims a little bit. Mm-hmm. Like the guy that he just, who looks like a musician, he just grabs him, puts handcuffs on him, and then lets him start running away with handcuffs behind his back, and he sort of just walks after, He does. It seems like he kind of plays with his victims a little bit.
Right.
I found it kind of humorous and, I don't know, just sick and twisted that a killer would want to play with his, kind of like a cat playing with a ball of yarn.
You're so going to love Terrifier, I'm telling you.
Then we have to review this film.
Sick and twisted. And plays with the victims. And yes, cat with yarn.
Yes.
Very much.
Yeah, cat with a ball of yarn.
You're going to love it. Oh my God, you're going to love it so much.
Nice.
Anyways, sorry, once again, getting off into something else. I don't have any more pros, guys, but that doesn't mean anything. I enjoyed this film.
Yeah.
I really liked it. It was an entertaining film. I just couldn't put my finger on any one thing that really stood out. You know what I mean? It's not the greatest movie ever made. It's
not by far.
It's very low on the horror totem pole.
Yeah.
But it was a fun movie. I just enjoyed it.
Exactly.
It's not my favorite. Never will be. Not even close.
No.
Not near Bruce Campbell's best performance either.
No.
But he's good in it. He's just like he's good in everything he does.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't have any more pros. So I'm gonna let Bill finish off pros.
I just got one more pro, and again, it kind of goes to the story a little bit. The use of paranoia. He is pretending, he was a cop, but he's not no more. The killer is pretending to be a cop. And then, of course, that paranoia goes to the public. There's actually a kill in this film where some random woman gets, car trouble, and a random cop stops to help her, and she blows his fucking head off.
Yeah, that was cool.
I contribute that kill to him.
Yeah.
Because he started that paranoia.
Pretty good kill, too. That might be the best one in the film.
Yeah. Well, I think that was my last pro there. The use of paranoia, it works. And, yeah, as he mentioned, it is time for favorite kills. And guess what? That is my favorite kill. Random woman kills poor random cop.
I'm going to go with the same guys.
His fucking head off.
Like we talked about earlier, a lot of the kills in this are kind of blasé and they're not very great.
Yeah, but that one's cool. We're going to put it in if we can.
You know what, though? I may go with, fuck it, I'll go with that one. The convenient plot device takes away from the overall effect of the final kill, the killer getting killed for me, so we'll just go with that one. And this is Maniac Cop, guys. It's a good movie. Don't let this seeming attitude I have about it take away from that. It's a fun movie.
Yes.
If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Just like I said, I couldn't put my finger on a lot of things that I really wanted to talk about.
And if you love Bruce Campbell as much as me, you'll want to see it just because Bruce Campbell's in it.
Yeah. So anyways, guys, this is BroncoJuggalo saying peace.
And Bill saying good night.